and welcome to another Watcher of Realms video, and in this video we are going to be doing the challenge stage for Moridens Return. It has opened up today. It is from the story campaign stages that opened on day one of the event here. Moridens Return. You did these story stages and then you couldn't even click the challenge stage. It didn't tell you when it was going to be opening, but it did tell you here that the Wraithborn Rider stage was opening, and if you kind of put two and two together, it had the same image, the kind of crown, and it has opened today. There are 3 different difficulties and you can do all 3. I'm not sure if you can actually claim all 3 rewards. I'm not sure about that. I'm gonna do the hardest one before and claim those rewards before I start claiming the other ones. But I built teams for normal and hard, and you can use this team for normal if you're much newer to the game. Just try and utilize mages. It does seem like mages is the way to go. As you can see, I've got a lot of magic damage here, because if you go into the map info, you can see the magic resistance on all of these enemies are either the same or lower than the defense, except for this one enemy here. But for the boss, it's really obvious. So you do really significant damage if you take magic damage over physical damage, because obviously the physical damage will be reduced much more heavily. It is worth noting though that mages, and honestly like ranged characters in general, have much lower HP, so you've got to be very careful of this one skill here called Nether Strike. Moridin stops attacking and throws his weapon at the tile with the most adjacent heroes on the map, dealing AoE damage dealing AoE damage before retrieving the weapon. Now that means that if you try and defend from the portal and then have characters on these platforms, including mages or like archers, like marksmen, you're going to be taking massive AoE damage on those characters. And this happens in easy, normal, and hard. So you want to try and make that AoE damage only hit characters that are fighters. So we're going to try and make that happen up here if we can, and see if that is possible. It might not be, but basically we want to see if it can be possible. And that's just because fighters have really good HP, and they obviously do pretty significant damage as well. You can see the team setup I've got here. If you haven't got Abizu, obviously go for the other epic cultist lord. You could probably try Esotericist. We did get a new Esotericist lord. She probably is really good, but I think there aren't as many good just Esotericist characters in general compared to like Iona and Greed within the cultists. So we'll just run through this. Also, Nalvras, wait until you see this, Nalvras MVP for sure. We're going to put down Deimos first, and that's because we want to invigorate him with Hollow. And then we're going to place down Iona. And then Nalvras we're going to place here looking left. This is quite important, and you'll see periodically the straw minions that he summons, he'll throw it behind himself, and he'll actually kill sometimes 4 enemies in one go. He might be able to do damage to both of these. It doesn't look like they're close enough, but they are, and it's really good. We're going to place down Abizu as soon as we can, because we definitely need support damage on this side. We haven't got any Soul But under Arcana procs yet, so the damage is not huge. But once it all scales up, it'll be a bit better. But until the archers come out, Nalvras can generally hold down the right-hand side by himself, which is actually pretty good. Now the first character we're going to put down is going to be Wrath here. Now what we're doing is we're going to do like block and then sell. So like Wrath's going to block, and then when Deimos is blocking, we're going to sell Wrath to place Volker so that she's going to block next, because the boss walks around these 2 pillars like this. So you want to keep him on this side as long as possible. And I actually, just from testing, got 40 million points, or whatever it is, 40,000 or 40k, whatever the score is required, 40 out of the 50 required in the first like minute and a half, just because I kept the enemy on this side for a very, very long time. So it's very, very doable indeed. We'll just get this going. We're going to put down Kook as well. And then we're going to pop Iona. And you can see, look at Nalvras doing the business. So good. Okay, so as you can see, damage is kind of spiraling up. Also going to put down a healer. I'm not sure if that invigorates. It does invigorate. I have got invigoration right now. And then the second he walks past Wrath to get tanked by Deimos, we are going to, like there, we are going to sell him, and we are going to place her looking left, and that's so that she can help right now. So effectively, like, we're replacing Wrath's damage with Volker's damage, but we're also introducing a new block, which is very, very good too. Now, if things start to go really wrong with the people coming round, you can just insta-sell Kook, and you can place Greed, which you can actually honestly do now. Like, I could do that, and as you can see, we've got another block on the go, and we're getting more damage come out because of it. So we're nearly at halfway on the score, and we've barely done any time. So that's actually pretty good. This is the one enemy that it can be problematic. You can have 3 enemies get through, so don't worry too much about it. I potentially should have saved my... we're going to be fine. We only have to do half HP damage to him, and then he kind of reverts back to where he starts, so it's actually not too bad. And what will happen is Volker's block will just end, and then he'll just move on, and then we just have to start replacing on the left-hand side. There we go. He's going to be on his way. Is he on his way? He is. So now we can sell Volker. And we can put that place down Wrath to just start the double block again. And as you can see, we're halfway there. We can speed things up. Enemies walking around the double platforms. I can actually use Navras's ultimate because there's a lot of enemies here. And if I want to, I could sell Greed at this point, just to put down Kook. I'll wait until the boss is kind of in range. And that's pretty much it. It's just about getting the score now. The boss walking around is extremely slow. I will say that though. That's for sure. Very, very slow. These guys are pretty tanky too. So if you need to use his ultimate here, just to blow them up as they walk past, just do it. Okay, there we go. It's on to Deimos now. And we can do that. And as you can see, we're pretty much at 50k. We're looking solid. And look, he jumped onto the next one really quickly there. So, yeah. So that's a really solid 50k, or whatever you want to call it. 50... It's 50,000, so it's like 50 million. And then we can put Greed down. He's going to support with the damage. And then the boss leaked on a little bit quicker that time. It could be based on his how much damage you've done. I'm not exactly sure what makes him move. But regardless, it worked quite well. We can sell Volker again. Replace Wrath. Sell Greed. Replace him. Will we be able to get some more damage in? I don't know. The boss does move extremely slow, I will say that. Does move extremely slow. A little bit more. And that's all you need to do. Obviously, if you're having problems, you might only want to do 2 block and then just rotate damage dealers on this side instead. That could be a better way of doing it. If you're having problems with the amount of damage output you have, the Volker maybe slows things down for you, because most of my damage is on the left-hand side. So it maybe wasn't as good when they move on the right. Although Volker herself was actually doing pretty significant damage. Obviously, she's a legendary. Do utilize her 100%. Very good character if you have her. But as you can see, pretty good damage. We do have good damage from Volker. Pretty surprising from Abizu. Obviously, Navras doing a lot of AoE. And that's pretty much it. I don't think it should be too difficult. Just throw legendaries that in like for like. Try and stick to mages, magic damage dealers if you can. I did have a couple of physical characters there, just because magic damage dealing melee units are quite hard to come by, especially within epics. But if you got really lucky with someone like Numera, just put her in. 100%. Numera would be absolutely monstrous. If you put her in the spot where I put Deimos, she will be really, really, really good. But that's it for this little kind of walkthrough. Just put your best gear on these characters, Soulbound Arcanas and stuff like that on the mages. Single target, Infernal Roar kind of damage on the physical damage dealers, and you should be good. Hopefully this guide was useful for you. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.